Toyota, the name people trust with their lives, with their commutes, with their families. But what if I told you some SUVs are outperforming Toyota right now and nobody's talking about it? Not the dealers, not the commercials, not your neighbor who thinks he knows everything about cars. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might trade in everything you thought you knew. Look, Toyota has earned its reputation. The Camry, the Tacoma, the 4Runner, these are legends. But here's the thing the automotive world doesn't like to admit. Reliability isn't owned by one brand anymore. Consumer reports, J.D. Power, long-term owner surveys. The data is shifting, and some SUVs, ones you might have dismissed, are quietly racking up 200,000, 250,000, even 300,000 miles with barely a hiccup. So today, we're counting down 5 SUVs that are secretly more reliable than Toyota, backed by real owner data, mechanic testimony, and the kind of truth you won't hear in a showroom. Let's get into it. Number 5. The Honda CR-V. You've seen it everywhere. Soccer moms, college kids, that quiet guy at the office who never has car trouble. And there's a reason for that. Why people buy it? The CR-V sells itself. It's practical. It's comfortable. The fuel economy is genuinely impressive. We're talking 28 city, 34 highway on the hybrid version. And the interior? Spacious, clean. Feels like it costs more than it does. People buy this car because it just makes sense. But here's where it gets interesting. Hidden problems. The 1.5-liter turbocharged engine, the one in the 2017 through 2021 models, had a dirty little secret. Oil dilution. In cold climates, gasoline was mixing directly into the engine oil. And Honda, they were slow to acknowledge it. That's not a minor issue. That's the kind of thing that quietly destroys an engine over time. Reliability issues. Some owners also reported AC compressor failures earlier than expected. Infotainment glitches. Transmission hesitation on the CVT. Nothing catastrophic, but enough to raise an eyebrow. Maintenance costs. Here's the good news. RepairPal ranks the CR-V well below average in annual maintenance costs, around $407 a year. Compare that to the Toyota RAV4 at roughly $429. You're saving money and getting comparable reliability. Owner complaints. Scroll through any Honda forum. The biggest frustrations? The oil dilution issue in cold states, blind spot monitor malfunctions, and a few reports of paint chipping earlier than it should. Mechanic perspective. Ask any independent Honda mechanic and they'll tell you the same thing. The engine itself? It's a tank. Just stay on top of oil changes and you'll drive this thing forever. The 2022 and newer CR-Vs corrected most of these issues. And long-term, owners regularly hit 200,000 miles without major engine work. Toyota makes a great RAV4, but don't sleep on the CR-V number 4. And this one surprised everybody. The Kia Telluride. Why people buy it? When this thing launched in 2020, it didn't just compete, it dominated. Motor Trend SUV of the year. Car and driver loved it. Consumers loved it more. And the reasons are obvious. 3-row seating, premium feel, loaded tech, a price point that makes luxury brands look embarrassed. People buy the Telluride because it feels like a $65,000 SUV that somehow costs $45,000. But is it actually reliable? Hidden problems. Early Telluride owners reported some concerning electrical gremlins, specifically with the advanced driver assistance systems. Phantom braking, lane keep assist behaving unpredictably. Not dangerous in most cases, but unnerving at 70 miles per hour. Reliability issues. The 3.8-liter V6, the heart of this SUV, is genuinely bulletproof. That engine traces its lineage back to engines Hyundai Kia have been refining for over a decade. No timing chain issues. No known major failures. What owners do need to watch: the sunroof drains can clog, leading to water intrusion. And a small number of owners reported HVAC issues in the first model year. Maintenance costs. Here's the kicker. Average annual maintenance on a Telluride runs around $450 to $500. Very close to what you'd pay for a Toyota Highlander. But the Telluride often costs less to buy in the first place. Owner complaints. Seat stitching wear on high mileage examples. Occasional software update hiccups. And some owners in colder climates wished the heated rear seats came standard on more trims. Mechanic perspective. A veteran mechanic I spoke to put it bluntly. The Telluride's V6 is one of the cleanest engines I work on. These things come in for brakes and tires, not engine rebuilds. J.D. Power gave the Telluride a reliability score that places it above the Toyota Highlander in recent years. That's not an opinion, that's data. Kia used to be a punchline. The Telluride turned it into a threat. Number 3. The Subaru Outback. This is the car that people in Vermont, Colorado, and Oregon swear by like a religion. And honestly, they might be onto something. Why people buy it? Standard all-wheel drive on every single trim. No upgrade, no package, just standard. That alone sells this car in half the country. Add in ground clearance that laughs at light trails, a roomy cargo area, and one of the most loyal owner bases in automotive history, and you understand why Subaru moved over 180,000 Outbacks in 2023 alone. But here comes the warning. Hidden problems. Subaru has a well-documented history with head gasket failures, particularly on older EJ series engines. If you're buying a pre-2012 Outback, this is non-negotiable research territory. Head gasket repairs can run $1,500 to $2,500. That's not small money. Reliability issues. The newer 2.5-liter Boxer engine in the 2020 Plus models corrected most of these issues. But the Lineartronic CVT transmission, Subaru's continuously variable transmission, still generates some concern among high-mileage drivers. Shuddering under heavy load. Sluggish response on steep inclines. Maintenance costs. Annual maintenance averages around $550, slightly higher than a Toyota RAV4. But Subaru's AWD system doesn't cost extra to maintain like it might on competitors who charge you for four-wheel drive add-ons. Owner complaints. Wind noise at highway speeds is a recurring theme. Some owners want more power, the base engine is modest, and a handful of owners have flagged oil consumption on the 2.5, something to watch with dipstick checks. Mechanic perspective. Subaru owners who maintain their cars religiously, they drive them forever, one shop owner told me. The ones who skip oil changes, they come in crying. This engine is not forgiving of neglect. With proper care, modern Outbacks regularly hit 250,000 miles. The AWD system is legendary, and in reliability surveys, recent models are outscoring the Toyota RAV4 in long-term dependability. For anyone who actually uses their SUV in snow, on gravel, in real weather, the Outback is a quiet giant. Number 2. The Hyundai Tucson. Yeah, we're going there. Why people buy it? The Tucson offers something rare, style plus substance. The redesigned exterior looks like it belongs in a luxury showroom. The interior, especially the 2022 Plus models, is stunning. Digital cockpit, wireless CarPlay, an available plug-in hybrid that gets 38 miles of electric-only range. And the price? Around $30,000 to start. That's borderline criminal for what you get. But let's not ignore the past. Hidden problems. Hyundai has had engine recall issues, specifically with the Theta 2 engine in older models. Connecting rod bearing failures led to catastrophic engine seizures in some cases. Hyundai and Kia faced billion-dollar lawsuits over it. If you're buying a 2018 or older Tucson, check the VIN against Hyundai's recall database. Full stop. Non-negotiable. Reliability issues. Here's what most people miss. The 2022 Plus Tucson is a completely different animal. New platform, new engine options, new build quality standards. The problems of 2017 don't apply to 2022. The 2.5-liter naturally aspirated engine is proving to be smooth, dependable, and low drama. Maintenance costs. Annual maintenance on a Tucson runs approximately $430, essentially identical to a Toyota RAV4. With Hyundai's 10-year per 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, you're also protected in ways Toyota simply doesn't match. Owner complaints. Some owners note the turbocharged engine option feels less refined than the naturally aspirated. A few reports of sensor-related warning lights early in ownership. Dealership service experience. Historically a weak point for Hyundai, is improving but still inconsistent. Mechanic perspective. New Tucsons are coming in clean, one mechanic said. The guys who come in with problems are almost always driving the 2016, 2017 models with the Theta engine. The new stuff? We barely see it. J.D. Power's 2023 Vehicle Dependability Study ranked the Tucson above the RAV4 in its segment. Let that sink in. The Toyota name carries weight, but the 2022 Plus Hyundai Tucson is earning respect the hard way through data. Number 1. The Mazda CX-5. This is the one, and if you haven't considered it seriously, you need to. Why people buy it? Mazda doesn't advertise like Toyota. They don't flood Instagram with influencer content. They just build exceptional cars. Quietly, consistently. The CX-5 drives like a sports car disguised as an SUV. The interior feels European, genuinely premium, not plasticky fake premium. Zoom Zoom isn't just a slogan. You feel it every time you grip that steering wheel. And buyers who discover it, they become evangelists. Hidden problems. The CX-5 isn't perfect. Early models, 2013 to 2015, had some infotainment and sensor issues that frustrated owners. The manual parking brake design annoyed people who preferred electronic. And some early automatic transmission variants had minor hesitation issues. Reliability issues. Here's where Mazda stuns everyone. Consumer Reports has ranked the CX-5 among the most reliable SUVs in America for multiple consecutive years. In some surveys, it sits neck and neck with the Toyota RAV4, and in others, it edges ahead. The Skyactiv engine technology Mazda engineered is clean, efficient, and long-lasting. Owners report hitting 200,000 miles with mostly oil changes and brake jobs. That's it. Maintenance costs. Annual maintenance averages around $390 per year, lower than the Toyota RAV4. With relatively simple engineering and no turbocharged complexity in the base trim, there's less that can go wrong. Owner complaints. The infotainment isn't touchscreen in the newest models while driving. Mazda forces you to use a rotary dial for safety reasons, which some find intuitive and others find maddening. Rear seat space is slightly cramped for taller passengers. And Mazda dealers are less common than Toyota dealers, which matters for service in rural areas. Mechanic perspective. This is where it gets powerful. Ask mechanics, not dealers, not YouTube reviewers, actual independent mechanics. And the answer is almost always the same. If a customer asks me what to buy for reliability and they don't care about brand prestige, I tell them Mazda. The CX-5 is one of the cleanest, best engineered SUVs I work on. I almost never see them in here for major issues. That's not marketing. That's from the people who profit when your car breaks down, and they're not recommending Toyota first. Mazda outsells itself on quality. It just doesn't scream about it. If you want the Toyota experience without paying the Toyota premium, the CX-5 might be your answer. Look, Toyota builds incredible vehicles. Nobody's taking that away from them. But reliability isn't a trademark. It's a result. And right now, Honda, Mazda, Hyundai, Subaru, and Kia are producing results that deserve your attention. The question isn't just what's the most reliable SUV. The question is, are you making your decision based on real data or just a reputation built 20 years ago? Do your research. Check the recalls. Talk to mechanics in your area. And never let a badge make the decision for you. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you own any of the SUVs on this list? Drop your experience in the comments. Good or bad. We read every single one. And if you're about to buy a new SUV, drop a comment with your top 2 choices. We might just make a video comparing them directly. If this opened your eyes even a little, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel more than you know. And subscribe, because next week we're exposing the most overhyped trucks in America. The ones that look great on Instagram and fall apart in the real world. You don't want to miss that one. Drive safe. Stay curious. We'll see you in the next one.